Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Thursday. You know what that means. It's time for a Thursday night throwdown. And we are in our little tournament that we're doing with single barrel offerings. Last week, we're doing 8. We got 8 heavy hitter single barrel offerings. Last week, Baker's single barrel went up against Jack Daniel's single barrel, and Baker's won. Today, we're going to go with new Riff single barrel, coming in at 102.9 proof, against the Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit, coming in at 101 proof. Next week, we're going to get into Four Roses and Russell's Reserve single barrel. And then the big one will be Blanton's and Old Forester. But for today, let's see what we've got here. So again, what I did, these are all single barrels with the exception of Blanton's, which obviously is a lot harder to get nowadays. You can get it, depending on the part of the country you're in. Sometimes you can walk in somewhere and grab it. Sometimes you have to get into a raffle or whatever. So that one, and then the Old Forester single barrel, which we'll get into at the same time, is also a little bit more difficult to get. But the rest of these are fairly accessible and honestly should be available in most people's markets. I mean, Baker's, again, Four Roses, the new Riff now is expanding. Kentucky Spirit is more and more available. Maybe not on the shelf every time, but it shows up. Obviously Jack Daniel's is always around. Typically feels like, at least in my area. So I tried to make it where these are single barrels that are somewhat accessible to most people and would give us, just stuff that you could have on your shelf, go replace, get. Let's see which ones we like. All right, I don't even know where I'm at right now, which is the good thing. All right, let's just see what we got here. All right, we'll go to my right. Got some nice legs developing there. Classic bourbon nose. I mean, it just hits you. It's like, oh, that's bourbon. A little bit of sweet, a little bit of spicy. It's not ethanol, but there's it's alcohol, if that makes sense. So it's not burning by any means. And again, it's not that ethanol kind of nose, but it's just like, oh, okay. I mean, it's whiskey. It smells like whiskey, if that makes sense. Okay, how about this guy? Also, nice legs on that one as well. Very similar nose. This one's got a little bit more dustiness to it. A little bit more of that dry, dusty hay, maybe kind of quality, but very, very similar noses. The legs on both of those are absolutely incredible, clinging to that glass. All right, let's get into it. Go here. Classic bourbon, get a little bit of those, quote, vanillas and caramels. I get a little cherry on there. Nice mouthfeel, coats the mouth. Decent, pretty long to decent medium finish. Easy, smooth. Tastes really nice. Before I'm going to go to this guy. A little sweet, a little spicy in the middle, mid palate. Finishes on the sweeter note again. A little honey. Good mouthfeel. Doesn't quite carry through all the way on the finish, length of finish. Absolutely delicious. Both of these are fantastic. This is going to be difficult. This is going to be difficult. Go in here one more time. A bit more of like carameliness on this one, maybe. The legs on this one are absolutely just, I know you may not be able to see that, but those are incredible legs. Beautiful. Sweet, more caramel centric, a little bit of spice mid palate, great legs. Sweet, a little bit more proof, taste and feel, even though they're almost identical. I mean, 102.9 and 101. But it's got a little bit of that and a little bit of that cherry. So this one, it's got a little bit more of the caramel. This one's got a little bit more of the fruit, like the dark fruit kind of note for me. They both have incredible legs. This one has better, but I mean, they're both really great on the viscous, oily nature. Full mouthfeel. I don't know which is which, and this is very difficult because these are both really good. I would drink either one of these every day of the week. Both absolutely delicious. But this is tough. And I don't know which is which. This one's got a little bit of butterscotch. That caramel's now turned into a little bit of butterscotch for me on the palate. I know you guys probably can't see that, but again, the viscous nature on those glasses is incredible. These are both delicious. It's a tough decision, but I think today I'm going to go with this one. That's going to be my winner. I'm not even sure. I'm not even going to venture a guess. I don't know which one it is because they're very similar. This one's just got a little bit more of those caramel butterscotch notes. This one's got a little bit more of the dark fruit notes, but very similar nose, palate, look, feel, all of that stuff. We're going to give this one the nod. This was 1, this was 2. Let's see what we got. It's 2. I wasn't sure. So, Wild Turkey, Kentucky Spirit, takes the reign tonight. Listen, new Riff, single barrel, absolutely delicious. Get it, have one on your shelf, enjoy it. It's fantastic. But for today, and what's going to move on in the tournament, is Kentucky Spirit. From Wild Turkey, this is it's their single barrel expression of their 101. And it's absolutely fantastic. Highly recommend. And we will move on next week. 4 Roses and Russell's Reserve. Should be incredible. Loving this. Hope you guys have a good one. We'll see you next time. Cheers. Delicious.